Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the SRL Truck Series at Auto Club. Today, we are under the lights here in California. Unfortunately, this track is likely to be torn down next year, so we gotta love on it while we still can. Anyway, so we are here in just practice just to get some watching through. I started this up as soon as I possibly could here. Anyway, we're just going to watch some drivers through practice while I get everything fully set up. Just wanted to say thank you all for joining in, and I will be right back. This is not making it easy for me. There we go. Now I get to see what everybody is doing. Anyway, race fans, welcome once again. As you guys know, if you have been on my channel before, my name is Trevor Huff, and I will be streaming this race for you all tonight to watch. Really appreciate everybody here coming out to watch this magnificent race night. I believe we have, according to this, 23 drivers signed up, including Monday's race winner, Yusuf Gailey. And now we're keeping an eye on Michael Walls on track. Fastest time right now is Hayes Booth with a 40.666. That's a pretty cursed number to have for your fastest lap time. All the cars once again out on track, just enjoying their joyrides, trying to figure out this racetrack while they still can here. Oh, massive crash for the number 48 machine. That was huge. I did not even see that coming. Now we're riding along with a third car in place, Derek Runge. Now back to the number 2 of Elliott Drummond. Here cars wrecking in the background. And there he is, Corey Lyles, the number 56, just ahead of the number 2. Corey is currently placed on the leaderboard in P6 with a 40.926. Let's get this hype on the road, drivers. Qualifying starts in 5 minutes. As they cross the line, Corey Lyles and Elliott Drummond gonna fight down the front tri-oval. Looks like the outside lane is going to succeed here. Well, we've got a pretty stacked field. Nowhere near to the 3K that we had for Monday night's event, but we do have 2.8K SOF in this race. And I believe the highest I rating is 5.7 by AJ Stravato. I think I said his name right. Back to the line, Corey Lyles is going to beat out Elliott Drummond. Neither improved their positions. It looks like Hayes Booth coming out onto the track just behind them. Hayes, another driver so close to getting the win on Monday, unfortunately fell short, just like myself. Corey Lyles working with me last week on Monday. On a pit strategy gone wrong. Had a lot of incidents in that race. Hopefully we can keep the noses of these cars clean. Got a wonderful battle going between Corey Lyles and Elliott Drummond right now. And it looks like Elliott Drummond has hit the wall at some point. Your normal broadcaster, Ryan Bogey, is competing in this race right now today. So that is why I'm stepping in for him. Appreciate everyone having me coming out here. I usually stream over on Twitch, if you guys didn't know, on twitch.tv/theracingenthusiast as well, where I am streaming SRL Cup Series whenever we run every week. Now we ride along with your winner from Monday, Yusuf Gailey. Oh, he squeezes right in behind the 10 car. One thing that these drivers are definitely going to struggle with this week in the trucks is dirty air. Now, I know that the Cup cars seriously struggled with dirty air, but just think about what these trucks are doing, because these guys are pushing more with the lower horsepower. They're going to be going full throttle for most of this race. These guys are going to be struggling to follow each other and keep from dropping back more or having some sort of issue with the wall or being passed by a driver behind. But it looks like Yusuf Gailey is not having any problems with that right now. Sends the 10 up to the wall, but it looks like the 10's going to succeed for now and still keeps it out in front. He's going to run away because Gailey is drifting the corner and he's going to go around. And the 10 cars started blinking down the back straightaway here. And is picked up with the 84 of Derek Runge. Oh, almost into the wall there. Let's get ready to rumble 2 minutes away from qualifying. Excuse me, 3. It looks like we're starting at 46. Seth Berkaiga in the Lake Michigan car dropping in behind Hayes Booth. He's going to send it 3 wide on the apron. Another thing about these trucks that's going to be really hard for these drivers to deal with is the fact that tire wear can be a serious issue if you make one slight movement with your wheel. Which means if the car starts to slide because you're on cold tires, well, you better watch out because that back end is going to start coming around and you're going to destroy your right front trying to keep it from going. So we must watch for tire wear. Serious race for tire wear today. This track and Las Vegas both love chewing these tires up in these cars. Only thing is at Las Vegas, these trucks can make it about 10 laps more than you probably could in this thing here. We saw the Cup car. We made it most... Oh, a terrible crash for Riley Marabella. Oh, my goodness. Actually lagged my whole entire screen there. You saw the next-gen cars not have much wear at Auto Club. Drove pretty decently. But, these cars definitely here are going to have something to deal with. I believe Hayes Booth is about to yank the wheel to the right. Yes, he does. Seth Berkaiga going around, clips the apron. See if he gains a little bit of position up on this lap. Here he comes. And that lap is going to not improve. He's going to stay at a 41.291 for his fastest. Michael Deitch in 18th. Saw he subscribed. Really appreciate it. And Alexander Schumacher as well. And now we got Derek Runge doing donuts. Aiden Lund coming out for his first practice laps. Just behind the number 29, or Seth Berkaiga. He's blinking down the back straightaway. SOF has been brought down to 2.7 now. 80 lap race, ladies and gentlemen. And we are right at the end of practice. Let's hit the track here at Auto Club. And we are indeed qualifying under the lights. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. We're going to get out. I'm going to go to a TV dynamic state for this. Riley Marabello comes out, as well as Aaron Brown, Seth Berkaiga, Corey Lyles, Nicholas Monselli, Jonathan Baker, and Tyler Ratliff. Here we go for quali. Oh, and there goes Berkaiga to the inside. Already missing his lap here. I'm going to see if I can find a timing chart here that is usable. Doesn't appear so. There is a fuel calculator though. And I think I might use that for some fuel strategy. Where is it popping up? Ah, there you are. I'm going to buy Race Labs Pro soon, probably. Especially if we're going to be doing some more broadcasting. Seth Burkaga crosses the line. We're going to get going for qualifying here. Corey Lyles is about 3.7 ahead of him on time. Derek Runge going around in the back, I believe, on my screen. Here we go. Monticelli. He blinks out. Jonathan Baker right up on the wall. The laps are coming across. We're getting our first laps put down as they come across the stripe. P1, Aaron Brown at the moment. Mirabello, second, third, Corey Lyles, fourth, Jonathan Baker. Those are just their out laps, though. Ratliff to the top now. Blimp view of Jonathan Baker, P7 at the moment. Coming around to the turn 3 and 4. He's going to drop it down into the corner. Can he improve? Ratliff to the top. I'm going to turn up the cars real quick. Ratliff stays at the top. Now he's going to get overtaken by Riley Marabello, P1 with a 40.742. Aiden Lund starting his actual lap, I believe. While this is going on, I got to do something to make this where I can sift through drivers with a button here. Gonna mess with something. Apologies for the pop-up here. Actually, I can do that when qualifying's over. Here comes Aiden Lund. I believe he's already done his first lap, unless this is it right here. Interestingly enough, says he has not put a lap down. Derek Runge coming into the pit lane. I think everybody else is pretty much done qualifying. Looks like Michael Walls, though, is going back. Saw him have a terrible crash in practice. That 48 Lowe's Chevrolet. Can he get it rolling off the corner? It looks good on paper. Down to the apron, and he's going to come across the line. Looks like he's going P9. Rodney Roberts out on track now. Top 3, Hayes Booth took away the P1 from Riley Marabello, who's now P2, and Eric Heater. Is not what I needed. Wait, yes it is. Am I trying to make some adjustments here? First time back in a while. Let's see. Trying to get drivers' info so we can just see their last names. There we go. Okay. I think that's good. Alright, that's qualifying right there. And it looks like we're going to have Hayes Booth, P1, Riley Marabello, P2, and Eric Heater, P3. Wrong end. There we go. One more thing here. There we go. I can shift from drivers and cars, mess with the cameras, and that's a good angle. Alright, apologies for doing that right in front of the cars. Luckily, we were able to get it going before we could actually get rolling. Here we go for your starting lineup. P1 on pole, Hayes Booth. Number 2, we're going to have Riley Marabello. P3, Eric Heater. P4, Tyler Ratliff. Waiting here to circle back around. I believe we have 24 cars signed up for this race. P5, Runge. P6, Baker. P7, Delgado. P8, Corey Lyles. P9, Michael Walls. P10, Luke Mahone. Let's bring our cameras out just a little bit here. We're going to go down the board. The 35 car, Ryan Bogey, P13. P14, Aaron Brown. P15, Seth Burkaiga. P16, Caleb McKinney. Got to get all the way back around here. P17, Michael Deitch. P18, Jonathan Leisure. P19, AJ Stravato. We fast in last week's Daytona race. And P20, Yusuf Gali. Gotta try and get back around to the back of the pack here. I think Gali. Nope, we got Elliott Drummond, 21st. 22nd, Rodney Roberts. 23rd, Glenn. Did not get a last name for that. It did not show here. We're going to get up to the front as we were about to go green, I believe. And that's your starting lineup. Inside, Hayes Booth. Outside, Riley Marabello, the 2 Spino cars. And we got Eric Heater, Tyler Ratliff. And then P5. Cannot get a name. It's being stupid. Okay. Into the restart zone. Green flag. And we're rolling here from Auto Club. Big packs all the way throughout the track. Fanning out. Who's going to use the most track entering the corner and take the little advantage that they can get from using it all. Car spinning in the back. He saves it. Never mind. Yellow's coming out. Alright, well that was a short-lived green flag session. We're going to need to see what happened here. As well as shut my annoying spotter off here. Loop. Loop, 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 loop. Okay. Alright, so let's see what happened. We're going to go back to this. We're going to change cameras here. That's probably a good one. We're going back to the restart here. Looked like they all got away pretty easily. It must have been just a slight mess up entering the corner. Nothing in the middle of the pack. We're going to try and go down drivers here. Towards the back. Oh, the 2 car gets turned at the back. Oh, that's too bad. And disappears. Interneting here. And we're under caution. Gonna get us back up to the front end of the field here. Overshot him a little bit. There we go, Hayes Booth. With about 2 to go here, just before we get rolling once again. Burciaga, okay, thank you. Appreciate that pronunciation. Everybody coasting to try and save fuel. According to my fuel calculator, these drivers probably going to make it about 25 to 30 laps before they bring it in. This caution's going to help that out just a little bit. So again, Hayes Booth still leads us. He got pole. Looking pretty fast so far. Riley Marabello, though. He came out here with a vengeance. When I was in the voice chat before, he said he was already feeling ready to hit the gas and go out there and get a W. Obviously, his emotions, he was excited. Could tell from his voice. Not to include that he and a group of cars were robbed of one. Last week, he said after the race he felt like he could have won the race on Monday. Believe not coming to the choice cone. We are, I guess. Yeah, we are. Okay. So, 91 nearly gets a restart violation right there. Looks like we're going to have inside Hayes Booth, outside Riley Marabello, inside the 10 car of... Sorry, it's going the wrong direction here. I gotta adjust that real quick while we still can. It's being weird. There we go. Okay, I've got it all set out. We should be good. Let's go head up to the front here. Hayes Booth chose the inside, outside Riley Marabello. I'm going back to the inside with Eric Heater. Outside Tyler Ratliff. Corey Lyles gets a big jump, goes up to 5th place with the inside. Outside Derek Runge. Inside Michael Walls. Outside Angel Delgato, and we're about to hit the gas once again. Hayes Booth's gonna lead us up. We're gonna go into the furthest cam we can possibly get here. Right into the restart zone. Green flag. We're underway. Oh, a big checkup on the inside lane. I think they're already 4 wide back there. Corey Lyles got junked in the rear end, able to save it and keep it out of the side of the 84 car. 3 wide entering the corner, the 91 right on the outside. Here comes Corey Lyles. They're going to clear him into the wall. They're banging doors off each other. Everybody keeps it going the right direction. Hayes Booth still in the lead. Riley Marabello on his bumper, though. How much do you save when it comes down to it? Will you pit early? Will you pit late? Will you push so that you can get tires earlier than the drivers and get a better advantage? What are you going to do in this truck? Marabello in the middle. He's split by Corey Lyles and also the 46 of Ratliff, who goes to 2nd. Off the middle lane, what a run. Now side by side with Hayes Booth for the lead. Oh man, he's already making moves. Side by side for the lead, all the cars. Corey Lyles on the inside to help Ratliff, and Riley Marabello behind Hayes Booth. Remember last week at Daytona, those two worked together to get themselves the win in the truck race. Not to include Riley getting the win in the Cup Series. Huge push coming down the back straightaway, and Hayes Booth clears Ratliff. And we got some awesome racing back here. We're going to go to Ratliff. Kind of get a fuller view. Corey Lyles on the bottom once again. Just cannot seem to close up to Tyler Ratliff's bumper. It's one big pack and the whole rest of them. One car blinking towards the middle, 3 wide. Corey Lyles back here. Oh my goodness, that's close. Right down through the middle, it looks like Aaron Brown. Oh, into the wall, Ratliff. Oh, and they're all stacking up behind. It looks like they're gonna make it out okay. How is that gonna affect Tyler Ratliff's tires, though? Corey Lyles on the inside of Ratliff. Oh, he's gonna get split down the middle by Jonathan Baker. Excuse me, I believe that's Aaron Brown. Hard to tell with the numbers. Yes, that's actually Jonathan Baker. Oh, Corey slipping up the track. He's got help from behind. Oh, car on the wall. Riley Marabello's losing it. Was that just a bad oh, and there goes Corey Lyles. And there they go. That's a crash. That's a big crash, and they're staying green, it looks like it. What even happened there? And there's the yellow. What even happened to Riley Marabello? I'm just confused there. Riley's not even on my track anymore here. Who's in the 84's in the pits? There's Riley. Now we gotta go back and look at that because it looked like he lost it down the front straightaway and then everybody else just decided to wreck. Gotta kind of roll it back here because he blinked out as well. We're gonna go for a closer camera. See, was it a bad push? Oh, we got turned, the 51. And then it looks like the 84. Did the 84 just like hit a bump or something? Gotta see it slower here. It looks like he may have gotten touched. He went into Corey Lyles. That's gonna be Riley Marabello's race, I'll tell you that for sure. The damage on that car. And the 84 as well. Gotta see from, I think I want to go from a blimp cam here. Let's see if we can get a better view from the 84 machine here. Did he get pushed? Since we know that Riley got pushed and that's what happened to him. Oh, he got clipped. He got clipped, that's what happened. And that takes out 3 strong cars, all based off of bad rear bumper lineup. These cars just do not seem to line up very well at all. So we're going to bring it all the way around. And Corey Lyles sitting in pit lane as well. Looks like we're going to get our normal broadcaster, Ryan Bogey, out onto the track again. 3 cars seem to stay out. Aaron Brown, Nicholas Monticelli, and Alexander Schumi. Or Shuey as he's called on the Discord here. I believe we're going to get 2 laps left here until we go back green. The blue sky car coasting on the apron. These guys might be on a different strategy to try and make sure that they can make it all the way. I believe we're going to get 1 to go here. Coming around to the choose cone. You can't drive through the middle. You got to go to the bottom or the very top. Where is he going to pick? Outside. That was a bit of a late move. Is he going to get a penalty for that? I don't know. When I looked over, when I changed screens, he was on the bottom and then he moved up to the outside. Did he do it before crossing the line? Oh, and Riley Marabello has already left. We're going to take a look at this here, though, while we're still pacing around. Nah, he made it in time. Just me being a bit of a Rory Wart trying to make sure that nobody makes a late move and gets penalized. So Hayes Booth's going to have to make a lot of positions up, and he's doing it without his teammate Riley Mirabello in the field. Let's see if he did not go to the infield care center, so we cannot talk to him here. I would like to talk to him. I'm going to send him a message here. Want to see what happened there. All right, we're about to get rolling again. Green flag, we're back out. All right, we're gonna get Riley back in here. All right. Riley Mirabello, man, that looked like a bad push waiting to happen. A lot of energy going along. What happened from your perspective?
Well, I got a bad push from the 51. Damage wasn't going to be that bad. I got put in the wall, and then I guess everybody just tried to scramble to miss me, and, you know, people just don't break. So, I mean, it's just bad luck. It is what it is. It's not a big deal. It sucks, definitely, but it is what it is.
Yeah, we saw you working up there with Hayes Booth like you guys were at Daytona. You guys had something going, and it looked like you two may have been able to control the front row for most of this race, but now Hayes is out all by himself, and it just looked like, as well, you would have maybe made it out okay, and then there was also another bad push from behind to the 84 car. Just a series of bad events.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, you know. Not the first time I've run in with said driver that gave me that bad push. There was a time last season where he ran into me, but, you know, that's in the past. I thought we started on a clean slate, but I guess we're back to square one. I'm not mad at him. It's just real frustrating, you know?
Yeah, really unfortunate. Well, Riley, I'm really sorry, but hopefully you can go out and get a win at Las Vegas next week, and not only the Truck Series, but I'm assuming you're competing in the Cup as well.
Yeah, I will be competing in the Cup Series. We're sitting pretty in the points lead right now with a win and 2 top 5s. So, you know, I care more about the Cup Series than the Truck Series. Truck Series I'm kind of just doing for fun. Cup Series I'm really taking serious.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully we'll do good in the Cup Series on Monday.
Well, Riley Mirabello putting his sleeves up, doing Kyle Busch duty. Today just not working out for him. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Thank you, Trevor.
All right, everyone, we're under caution. They wrecked in the back. We're going to go back and look at it since we were on the phone with Riley Mirabello. Let's go on ahead and take a look at what happened there on that wreck. I believe the cars in the back were feuding a little bit too hard for, like, last place in the back. I think it was the 2 car, actually, Elliott Drummond, who actually went around earlier on. We're going to get a double check on that. Nope. Yeah, it was. He got 36 car got turned right in front of him. That's unfortunate. Anyway, back under yellow. 51 car and the number, well, the blue sky car, both of them staying out. I wonder what this strategy is, because it seems to me like they're definitely pushing really hard to make sure that they can get to the end. But also, it just almost seems like they're maybe pushing it too far. But if we keep having yellows like this, then it might fall right into their hands. I don't know, but it just seems like, knowing this track, their tires are going to go away so quickly. And remember, these guys have only 4 tire sets. So they cannot pit every single time and get tires and get away with it if we keep having cautions like this, like Hayes Booth and various other drivers have. But we're going to have Ryan Bogey in third as well. 51's going to choose the outside. We're going to run through the field here. Aaron Brown outside, inside is going to be Ryan Bogey. Outside, Nicholas Monticelli. Inside, Hayes Booth. outside the 33 of AJ Stravato. Went too far back there. And Yusuf Gailey's going to go down to the bottom on the inside of the 33. That's your top 6. Well, guys, we've seen an interesting amount of cautions so far. Already 3 in this race. Unfortunately, taking out Riley Marabella. I believe he's the only one who has left so far, indeed. So only 1 car out. Unfortunate for Riley after he's run this whole entire race. Or he's run the last 2 races. He is not the only car out. Roberts and Runge are both out as well, it appears. Unless Runge is just in the pits. But really unfortunate for Riley Mirabello because he came off such a strong performance at Daytona in both races and then helping Hayes Booth get the win. And like I said again, Hayes Booth's going to have to do it all on his own. Here we go once again. Outside Aaron Brown, inside Ryan Bogey. We're rolling from at... I almost called it Atlanta Auto Club. Great restart for Aaron Brown. He's going to get right down in front of Bogey. Oh, Hayes Booth trying to shoot down underneath Bogey. He's got those fresh tires. Oh, he's definitely flying a lot faster on those wings than these guys are. He's going to get behind Bogey and push him. Remember, this is where the bad pushes happen, right down the back straightaway, right about where he was, but he keeps it clean. Hayes Booth's just going to fly right by the 35, but not right by Monticelli. He's going to put up a slight fight so he can't go up to the wall. Got a car blinking in the middle. It's a Stravato. He's going to clear down. Hayes Booth's going to set his eyes on... Oh, they're almost 4 wide there. Hayes is going to use the very outside lane. Is he going to be able to get to the outside of the 51? The 51 chops him. Is he going to... Oh, he's going to cross him over. What a move by Hayes Booth, but... Is he going to tear his tires up as well? Remember, only 4 sets. And Booth's going to clear him. What a move. Hayes Booth to the lead with those fresh tires. Aaron Brown, Monticelli, and I believe Stravato, all 3 on worn tires, which means that Hayes Booth just going to blow right by them, probably drive away if drivers with fresh tires don't get up here. And that is how much of a difference that it plays into these truck series. Trust me, these trucks have an interesting time in handling once these tires go out. But here we go, even on worn tires, Aaron Brown to the bottom. He's going to clear Hayes Booth, try the slide job, and he's going to make it because Hayes Booth is trapped. But here goes Hayes Booth once again to the inside. And he's going to have help from Nicholas Monticelli. Here we go to complete a lap. Hayes Booth leads that one just by a tiny bit, probably by the grill. Got a lot of help from Nicholas Monticelli there. Hayes Booth's going to clear the 51. Will the 51 be able to come back around? I don't think he's going to have the run down the back straightaway with the blue sky car, but he still is. Oh man, they're just racing super hard here. And it makes me wonder if that's a part of the strategy for the 51 car to try and ruin the tires of Hayes Booth so that he can have another set later on in this race where Hayes Booth doesn't because he's already used one. So putting up an actual fight where you can use so much of the draft because these things are so power hungry. Hayes Booth's going to clear him here, but is he going to be able to get another move? 33's blinking on the bottom here. He's going to make another move. You know, I'm starting to wonder if what I just said is actually what the 51 car is going to do. Hayes Booth crosses him over once again. It's happening this same way every single lap here. Down the back straightaway. He's boxed in this time. He can't make the move on him. Corey Lyles is still in the race, but I'm just going to see if we can get him into this call here. We have more drivers that have left the track. And that 51's starting to fall back. Meanwhile, he's getting passed by the winner of the Cup Series, Yusuf Gali. You know, it was only a matter of time. They're wrecking in the back. I think they keep it going. It's only a matter of time, but that 33 is blinking really, really bad and holding up our winner of Monday's race. Is this going to play a part? They're all relatively calm in a single file line at the moment. Oh, but the 33 tried to go to the outside. He's going to send it down on the inside. Close but no cigar there. And Yusuf Gali seems to be backing his corners off to try and get a run. But it's hard to get a run when you have that 33 car working that lane, blinking so badly right now. All right, Lyles is currently still running. Was not expecting to get an interview from him. Just wanted to hear what he had to say about it. They're 4 wide in the back. But Hayes Booth still running away with this race. Currently, we only have 18 cars left on track. And that 18th car is 1 lap down. Leisure is in 17th on the last car on the lead lap. Hayes Booth leads over Stravato, Yusuf Gali, Aaron Brown, and back behind them is Tyler Ratliff, who was indeed involved in that accident, caused the 84 to go around, so very unfortunate, but everybody at this moment trying to save tires, it seems. We're finally on a long run, reaching 26 laps of 80. Here goes a run to the inside from the 33 of Stravato, but it's going to be the same story as the last couple of times. Not going to be able to get, or is he? Yes, he is. Hayes Booth got really wide on the exit of the corner. And again, that makes me wonder, tires, when the 51 was running him so hard, did that indeed mess up the rest of his race right now? Here comes Yusuf Gali. Wouldn't it be something if he managed to get 2 in a row at Auto Club? That would definitely show a lot of potential for this rookie in this series. They're side by side still. Yusuf Gali, is he going to go 3? No, he's going to help Stravato move him out of the way a little bit, but they're going to cycle out single file once again. Hayes Booth still in the lead. He's definitely one of the contenders to lead most of the laps today. But again, it looks like his tires are just starting to struggle, being forced to the outside lane by that number 51 car of Aaron Brown. Here goes Stravato to the inside. This time he has an actual run on him, but he's not going to be able to clear him. It means Hayes Booth's going to get a run on the exit of the corner if he doesn't swing it too wide. Oh, he went a little wide, but it's not too far. They're going to be side by side entering in this corner. Yusuf Gali goes with Hayes Booth. And it's really hard to make a send into somebody on these tracks because these cars are just not that high a horsepower, and you can't really slide job them. That was close, but the 33 is going to take it over. But here comes the number 5 of Hayes Booth once again, but he has no help, which means Yusuf Gali is going to have the door open, and he's going to say thank you very much, and he's going to try and make a send on the 33. Hayes Booth back to the outside of the 33, but I don't think it's going to work. He's going to stick side by side with the number 54 at the moment. The 54 getting help from the 33. That 5 is probably really angry at his tires right now. Oh, and the crossover. That was a great crossover. entering the corner, but he's going to slide up. Oh, so close to the quarter panel of that 33 car. Back to complete another lap. This will be lap 30. And it's going to be Stravato crossing the line over the 54 and the 5 car of Hayes Booth. Tyler Ratliff and Aaron Brown all the way back there in 4th and 5th. Everybody single filed out. Not really anything interesting going around in the back. Let's see, Hayes Booth's tires definitely going away. They're starting to spread out here. See if we can catch something interesting going towards the back here. But mostly we're all single filed out. Oh, we're going to see a pass here. Not really any fighting going on from Caleb McKinney and Nicholas Monticelli. Corey Lyles and his obviously damaged machine not very able to keep pace right now. And Leisure, the last car back there. Oh, and we got cars in the pit lane. It's the 51. The guys that were on the pit strategy here. Let's get back to them. Yeah, the 51 who tried to run his tires as far as he could to try and keep Hayes Booth at bay. I think he succeeded here. And he's brought Nicholas Monticelli and looks like, is that Leisure or no, it's Michael Deitch, who's a lap down. He's brought him with. All right, we're going to go back to the leaders who are just coming around. Stravato with the 54 of Yusuf Gali, and Hayes Booth is probably not too happy right now with the way that the 51 car raced him, ruining his tires when the 51 car was obviously slower. This may affect things and show that Stravato and Gali might be the two that will be the ones that we have to look out for the win tonight instead of Hayes Booth if this thing stays green. Because you know that if Hayes Booth doesn't stretch it out, then he's going to need to pit earlier to get better tires. If he wants to keep up with these guys, he'd have to pit later, but then he'd drop down the board more than likely just by having worse tires than the guys in front of him. So it's 50-50. Is it worth it? Do you want to pit early and possibly ruin your tires earlier than the guys that pit later, or do you want to try and pit later and pit with them, but also drop down the board and lose the leaders while you are? Because look at this, the 46 car and Aaron Brown both coming up. Aaron Brown, though, only a lap car at the moment, as it appears Luke Mahone has also brought the car down. Hayes Booth, oh, the 51, he definitely seemed to not like that move by the 51 there. They shoved him up the track. And now he's going to get passed by the 46. This conduct of the 51, I'm loving the aggression. But he's playing it hard onto Hayes Booth at the moment. As you know, he was the one who got into Riley Marabello as well. A little bit further down the board. Nothing really happening. Everybody single filed out to the most part. 29 just came down the pits. Leisure now in the pit lane as well. And Aaron Brown's going to just pass the leaders. Sad I missed that there. Well, that was impressive. He drove up and passed the leaders, but is that a good idea, though? Is he going to start driving away? At this point, if I were him, once I take that lead, I don't want to be driving away from them. I would want to be sticking with these guys, just holding on in front of them, just enough to where we're not hindering them, but also to the point where I'm not using more tires than they are as well, so that you can save, because these guys are obviously struggling, and he's pulling away with like full throttle corners and really hard on his tires at the moment. 29 comes in again, must have had a penalty. We're gonna take a look back here. The 46 takes over third place. Tyler Ratliff over Hayes Booth. Hayes has to be upset at the moment. Maybe if we get a caution, we can have a conversation with him about the 51 racing him really hard there with bad tires. Definitely something I want to hear. We could move him. Yusuf Gali doing exactly what he did on Monday night. Keeping the lead, but is the 33 on his way back to his bumper? He gained a little bit that corner. Going down the back straightaway. Major gaps to the cars behind. Going to take a look back here. So the 35 trying to get the position. P5 from Schumacher. Personally, I love these trucks, but these trucks here are just super hard to handle. And keep your tires underneath you. Like, that is some of the hardest stuff. More cars come into the pit lane. And we got a caution, actually. All right, well, we got to take a look at that. I'm not fully sure what happened there. I believe we've had some sort of an incident with that, with Angel Delgato. Maybe not. We're going to look for the crashes here. They were still under green. Did I see someone wrecking entering the pit lane back there? Thought I did. No, I guess not. Could it have been Schumacher and the 35, possibly? Okay, so maybe the 3 car. Let's go to the 3 car here. Running my number, actually, this week. He has damage, it seems. Almost as if the car just kind of slowed up out of nowhere. Not fully sure, but that's okay. We're going to keep an eye on the leaders here. All of them into the pit lane. And we're going to see if we can get an interview with Hayes Booth. Would like to get Hayes Booth for an interview here. I have a question for him. See if we can. Yusuf Gali actually comes out in 2nd place here. All right, we're going to get Hayes Booth in here. And Hayes Booth, well, that was an interesting run. I was noticing up here, it seemed like the 51, who was on older tires, was running you just a bit hard. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, Darren, I've raced with him a lot in C-Fix, so I think we kind of understand each other's driving styles, so that was a fun battle. Yeah, I felt like I was running it somewhat easy, but not as easy as I should have been, apparently, because my tires definitely wore a good bit. So I'm going to try to be easier with it on this run, try to conserve better, and we'll see how it goes.
Yes, you definitely look like the one to win right now, but can you keep it hold on? I think you definitely got the ability to, but if someone's going to be racing you that hard like that, it's definitely hard to keep the car on the bottom lane saving tires with such a low horsepower car that likes chewing these tires here. But definitely looking really good right now, Hayes. All right, well, appreciate you coming in. Just wanted to see what you thought about that, and good luck.
Thank you, man.
Apologies to Hayes there. I accidentally disconnected him instead of moved him, so my bad there. Anyway, so we got the 33 who chose the outside lane in the choose cone here. Over the 40 48, I believe it is, or no, it's 46 of Tyler Ratliff, who chose the inside. Yusuf Gali chose the outside. The inside goes to the 68 of Alexander Schumacher. And in 5th place, the 76 of Caleb McKinney, who chooses the outside. Well, but it's time to hit the throttle and get going. Here we go once again. Restart zone, green flag, good jump for Stravato. And Galli's going to try and follow him, but he's not going to be able to. And Schumacher drops to below. 3 wide for second. They're both double file. Oh, the 46 gets a little loose there. That's what fresh tires can do at this track. We even saw it on Monday. And the 33 and 54 are just out there since they're all 3 wide behind. Let's take a look at let's watch this battle going on back here. Hayes Booth shoots the middle, and the 76 gets into the wall. Hayes Booth is a man on a mission, it looks like, after that conversation that we had with him. He definitely knows what he has to do. Everybody fans out down below. I definitely want to keep an eye on Hayes. I have a lot of confidence in his driving tonight. He is my pick to win halfway throughout this race. I definitely think that as long as he can keep those tires underneath him, and the 51 or someone doesn't race him super hard to where he's forced to the outside lane every corner, I think that Hayes definitely is the one to watch. Can he get 2 truck races in a row? He gets a little bit of arrow push to the 46 of Tyler Ratliff. They're still side by side, but then again, this is awesome to watch, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody is in a line right now except for Hayes Booth and one other towards the back. That's the blue sky car of Nicholas, who almost gets into Corey Lyles. And Hayes is going to slide up to try the side draft, and it looks like Schumacher's going to go down, and they're going to be 3 wide, forcing Hayes to the middle. Never mind, Hayes drops in behind the 76. The crossover from Hayes Booth, what a move, down to the inside of Schumacher. Is he going to make it stick? Here comes the 51, but he's going to help Schumacher instead of Hayes Booth here. Hayes Booth has some drafting help from Yusuf Gali, who's going to be passed by the 46 of Ratliff. Let's go up to the front here. Ratliff side by side with Yusuf Gali. This is just a bunch of cars in a group under one pile. Let's see what they can get done. The 33 still in the lead. Here comes the 76 to trying to get to the outside of the 54. Close, but not going to make it. 54 car now on the bumper of the 46. Oh, they're going to fan out here. Go to the outside. I don't know, the outside really does chew these tires up here. Hayes Booth right in front of the 51, or right behind the 51, the one who actually ended up running his tires down. Gets to witness all of this here. Right in front of him. 76 of Caleb McKinney trying to get around Schumacher. He's going to get passed on the outside by not only Schumacher, but also Aaron Brown. Looks like Hayes Booth kind of laying back, but we got a bunch of cars under a blanket at the moment. Yusuf Gali. Oh, he gets squeezed nearly into the wall by the 46 car. That's definitely one thing with this this truck, is that if you make one minor adjustment with that steering wheel to the opposite direction, your tires are toast. And I'm seeing a lot of slipping and sliding. These guys are pushing really, really hard. Here goes Gali to the inside of the 46. Tries to get underneath him again. Not going to be able to do it here. They're 3 wide behind the 51. Really pushing to get there. Gonna have a run on Schumacher, but he's gonna have Galley in front. Oh, the 46 nearly clears himself on Galley. And they are all under a blanket pushing super hard. I can't help but imagine that the 76 of McKinney and the 5 of Hayes Booth both are kind of hanging back on purpose to try and not either get wrecked or lose their tires here. And it's still Stravato in the lead. Schumacher right behind the 46 and 51. 51's going to get a big run down the back straightaway. And he's going to clear the 46 and take over that third place. Back into home territory. Think how much he's pushing, though. But he has one more tire set than most of these guys as well, because they stayed out for those two green flag run, or those two yellow flags that we had before coming in on the green flag run. You have to wonder, do these guys only have one set left as they cross the stripe, one lap away from 30 to go? I read that so wrong. We are one lap away from 30 to go, lap 50. Looks like everybody's starting to calm down a little bit. Hayes Booth towards the back, gonna get passed, it almost seems. He is gonna get passed by Nicholas Monticelli. But we still got a bunch of cars underneath a blanket here. Gonna keep an eye on that 46 car ahead of Schumacher and Caleb McKinney. I'm wondering if Caleb McKinney is towards the back just so that he can get his tires to save. I know that he's a good driver, and I know that he's got a lot of speed in that truck tonight. The 51 rim riding right along the top. Is he going to be able to clear Stravato and Galley as Galley goes to the inside of the 33? And here he comes with a huge run. They're 3 wide for the lead. And the 51 clears. He does not clear the 33 just yet. No, he's going to be put 3 wide in the middle. What a battle now. Galley to the inside. Are they going to go 4 wide? No, they're not. They're going to stick 3 wide right here for now. Double file back out. They're triples again for second now as the 33 is going to take over the lead once again. These guys are pushing their tires to the absolute limit, and it is awesome to watch. Galley trying to get something formed underneath the 33, but not going to be able to, and forms in right in behind him. The 51 went from the lead all the way back to 4th place again. And maybe even we'll lose more. We'll see how this tire wear affects, because I know it's really bad here. Just 6 cars. 6 cars under a blanket, then Hayes Booth, then another 2 working together. And then a massive gap to 3 cars behind. I believe Corey Lyles is the one leading that group. He was taken out really early, which is unfortunate after the race that he had on Monday. He was on fire. Down the backstretch. Oh, the 46 is into the wall. The 51 put him in the wall. And just like what happened to Riley Marabello, the 46 car gets a bad bump from the 51 right where the cars bottom out down that back straightaway. And he hits the wall. Let's go on ahead and take a look back at that, because that was really something else. Again, having that happen, my goodness. Same car pushing as well. Yeah, he just got turned. That is really unfortunate, seeing him from... Still in 3rd, though. Didn't seem to affect him besides major gap to Yusuf Galley. Looks like Schumacher going to try and make a move around the 51 car down on the bottom. Is it going to stick here? No, it is not. The 51's going to drop down on the 46. Watch out with the 46 and the 51 nose to tail. Is the 46 going to be unhappy at all? Looks like he's okay. And look who's back in the mix. Hayes Booth has driven his way up with these guys that all have damaged tires. He's showing that he's got more speed than all of them. Sends it 3 wide to the inside on Schumacher and on the 46. He's going to make it stick on the 46, but he's probably going to need another corner to get by the 68 of Schumacher. Maybe, maybe not. He's still going to need it. The 46 going to get help. He needs some draft from that 51. 51 comes down a little bit to help the 5 of Hayes Booth. But Hayes just came out of nowhere while we were rewatching the replay of the 51 putting the 46 into the wall on the back straightaway. He was flying, and he's going to clear the Schumacher and I think get to the inside of the 51 car of Aaron Brown and then lose it all because of momentum here. Hayes Booth has definitely saved more than all of these guys out here. He clears Schumacher. What a move, and he's going to be up into 4th place trying to go for 5th or 3rd on the 51 car. Can he make it? Yes, he can, to the inside of the 51 car. And he's gonna do it. He's got the 51. And now my pick to win this race with Corey Lyle's number on the lap charts. He is now in position to catch up to the top 2. Can he make it to Stravato? Luke Mahone might be in a serious pickle. I see him slow on the charts, and he's actually in the pit lane. I cannot tell if it's intentional or not. Seems like something is really wrong with Luke Mahone's machine. And they're 3 wide up here trying to get the move done. The 46 to the outside of the 68 of Schumacher. And oh boy, the 46 in the position that Aaron Brown was last corner. Maybe not. He's going to have another corner to get through before he could probably get to the bumper of Aaron Brown again. Hayes Booth pulling away from all of these drivers to the inside. And actually, I guess it's a pit cycle because Luke Mahone did indeed come in. Clears himself, Schumacher there. And it looks like we got the 2 leaders pretty separate here. The 51's going to have a good deal to deal with here with Schumacher. Back in behind him. Can he make a move? I think he's just going to stick in line for now, wait, and use the outside lane. The best place to get a run here. All right, here he goes to with a good run. Drops it a little early there. Is he going to be able to get beside the 51? Yes, he is, with what a run he had there. And Schumacher takes over 4th, successfully clears the 51. Now you got to wonder if Hayes Booth is starting to slow down because he's been around 1.3 to Yusuf Gali and Stravato for the past, like, 10 minutes, or not 10 minutes, like close to 10 minutes. It's been a good few laps that he's been the same distance. And the Blue Sky car comes out of nowhere as well, flies, and the 51 car comes into the pit lane. See him here. He's the only one, which means he's going to have no draft help coming in to the track like he did last time. The Blue Sky car of Monticelli, what a comeback. Like, he was back nearly 2, maybe 3 seconds, and he is caught up once again. Oh, a block from the 46 to the 35 car of Ryan Bogey, and Bogey's going to clear him. Now we get to see Hayes Booth try and run him down. Oh, we got the leaders fighting here. Yusuf Gali using the outside lane to try and get around the 33 of Stravato. It's a 1.1. Back to the leader, Hayes Booth, or back to 3rd place, Hayes Booth. This side-by-side action's definitely going to help Hayes. As they are slowing each other down, Hayes Booth looking in his mirror, he sees nobody. Looking out the front windshield, and he sees what he wants, and that's 2 cars fighting side by side for the lead, not only destroying their tires, but checking each other up. 0.9 back to Hayes Booth. That is a dangerous car right there. Dangerously fast, that is. So we come around, Stravato's going to lead that lap there. The 51 trying to pass everybody up again. The 46 came into the pit lane. Galley trying the cross under move. Oh, the car gets just too tight in that dirty air, and he's going to have to settle back in for Galley, or behind Stravato, but that gave Hayes Booth draft. He's got 0.6 now to them. He is super close and definitely has their draft, which means he can pull up on the straightaway here. Stravato still in the lead. Hayes Booth trying to run him down back to 1 second. The 51, though, he's doing it again, just throwing himself toward the front, even though he had just came into the pit lane. And that's going to hurt his tires in the long run if he keeps doing something like that and driving away from them like that. The 2 leaders still got a decent gap to each other. Everybody pretty much singled out. I think that the Blue Sky car is coming in. No, he's not. So we get to keep an eye on the leaders here. Don't think anything else is going on the track at the moment, really. I'm going to try and go ahead. 29's coming out of the pits, but I think he just got a pit violation there. Possibly. Oh, he sure is going slow entering the pit lane. And we got a battle between the Jonathan Leisure and the 76 car of Caleb McKinney. He fell. Like, he's already all the way back to 11th. He pushed his tires really hard. Corey Lyles in P6. Even with the damage caused by the early wreck, he is flying right now. He may still have a chance at this win. And here come the leaders, Hayes Booth, except for the actual leader who stayed out, Stravato. But Hayes Booth and Yusuf Galley both come in, as well as back in behind the 35. And I think that's Corey Lyles in the back too, if I'm not mistaken, if I could get to him. Yes, it is. Which leaves the 76 and the 28 waiting for a caution. If they can catch a caution, then they might be 1 and 2. And this might play out perfectly. They are still staying out. Alexander Schumacher's in. Stravato's in. And the 76 and 28 are going to take the lead. It looks like the 28's going to lose a little bit of ground to the 76 once he clears them here. And it's too late. It looks like Bogey, all the guys. Oh my goodness, big pack up here. The leaders all coming out. Schumacher's going to come in the back of this group here. But big implications here. These guys are in a massive group here, as they all pit separate laps. It's really cool. What's really cool about this truck and stuff with the pit cycles, these guys get in a group, even if they're only a little bit off, they get in a group and they can get on a run. But Aaron Brown, besides Stravato, Aaron Brown is way out there. He pushed his tires really early, and it seems to have paid off, but will it be a Derek Justice situation where he pushes too hard and his tires go out, or will it be a situation where where he pushed it perfectly and he's going to be able to continue on and win this race. I don't know. They're closing in on 10 to go. It's going to be close because Stravato is reeling him in most definitely pretty quickly now. But once again, Yusuf Galley's behind as well, and Hayes Booth. I told you all, Hayes Booth, he's really fast, and he's back in this race, pushing really hard, lap 68 of 80. A caution would kill them right now. I mean, it would destroy Aaron Brown, and it would also destroy these guys that are hard charging towards Aaron Brown. But here's the thing, they were catching him. Aaron Brown pulled away that lap. He went from 2.4 to 2.7 on that one corner. So apparently Aaron Brown is doing something really well right now. It's dropped down to 2.5, but still really no difference. 2 laps away from 10 laps to go. He's got to be crossing not only his fingers, but his toes, probably while he's on his pedals, and whatever else he can cross, wiggling his ears, knocking on wood, whatever he can do to hope and pray that he can stay out front and that there's no caution, but it's been lowered down to 1.5. He is definitely losing a lot of time to Stravato, who's on a run right now. Yusuf Galley in behind in second place, the winner of the Auto Club race on Monday. 1 lap away from 10 to go. Will he make it? No, I don't think so, because it's only a second off. Hayes Booth as well, still with Galley. And then Schumacher hanging on. The rest of the group are way off there. I don't know if it's a part of strategy, hoping they can save their tires, but not really the time to save tires right now here, folks. And Stravato has caught Aaron Brown with 10 to go right here. I was thinking maybe the strategy was going to work out because he pulled away for 1 lap, but those tires just gave out on him. And now he's going to be riding really high. I guess that's what happens when you pit nearly 10 laps before the rest of the leaders and can't do that. But he's going to fight with Stravato, which is going to open the door for Hayes Booth and Yusuf Galley to reel Stravato back in. This is huge for them right now. Other than that, that is pretty much it. He's not going to be able to keep up with Stravato. His tires are absolutely soaked at the moment. The 54, once he catches him, or once he gets by that 51, he'll be closer to the 33 than he was before. He is definitely closer to the 33. Can he reel him in like he did on the last green flag run? Or is Stravato too far out there? Time seems to be moving at barely any at all. We have come around and only completed 2, and all of that happened in 2 laps. That is ridiculous. This has been an amazing race for the lead. Hayes Booth to the back bumper of the 54. Is he going to go for a move? He's going to get underneath him, but the 54, I think, is going to take the run, and Schumacher's up to them as well. I think Hayes Booth's going to give a push. No, Hayes Booth's going to drop to the inside, and that's going to hurt them. Schumacher's going to drop in. Oh, they're going to lose so much time to Stravato. They're 3 wide. That is not going to help their case. They might need a caution here. Oh, Hayes Booth gets loose. Nearly puts the 54 into Schumacher. And they're 3 wide for second place. Hayes drops in behind. Schumacher running the outside. Who is going to be able to catch Stravato here? And are they even going to? It's been an interesting one so far, folks. Gonna have 5 to go in 2 laps here. They will complete lap 75 when they come around. It's a 0.6 gap at the moment. It is so close. Hayes Booth trying to make another run at Galley. Not going to succeed here. Schumacher legitimately has a good chance at this race now. He seems to be faster than both Galley and Booth. He reeled in AJ Stravato a little bit on that lap. Is he going to be able to continue that, though? Even though the draft is really strong, it seems to work in different segments, different laps. He gained a 10th on him that lap. Is he going to make it? This has to be one of the most exciting races that I have broadcast in a long time, and the last time I broadcast was pretty much last year. 5 laps to go, ladies and gentlemen. Hayes Booth, P3. Does he still have enough? Yusuf Galley, I must correct myself. Yusuf Galley's P3. Hayes Booth P4. Galley nearly hits the wall. Schumacher is trying to run down Stravato. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we got mostly a battle for P2 because Stravato just gained another 10th on these guys. Here comes Galley. He's going to try and make a move. And he's going to get underneath Schumacher. Yeah, this is definitely destroying their tires and their chances at getting up to Stravato. They were like within 3/10 of Stravato when they were single filed out getting by that lap car that held him up. Or that Aaron Brown, not the lap car. Schumacher. He is trying his best. Here comes Hayes Booth with a run on the outside. Hayes Booth is like, if I can't get the win, I'll get second place. And I'd say a first and a second is definitely really good. He clears Schumacher. Is Schumacher going to swing underneath him? No, he's not. He is underneath, but he's not going to be able to succeed. Hayes Booth takes over P2. And that's pretty much all this battle is for right now. Coming around to 2 to go this time by. Hayes Booth goes really wide to try and get a run. He's going to get the run. Schumacher almost gets into by Yusuf Galley. 2 laps remain for that number 33 machine. He is on a roll right now. Those 3 behind will keep an eye on. He does have a lapped car to get through. Hayes Booth's going to pull out a little bit, but it's now a second gap to them with a lap and a half to go. They're still side by side for third. He's got the lapped car to get by, and then it's clear sailing for the number 33. The 3 car is going to hinder his exit, but I don't think that's going to matter. Coming around. White flag, 1 more lap to go. This has been one heck of a race. The 33 out in front. They're still fighting back there. Hayes Booth, I think, is going to take second as they're still side by side for third. Stravato on an absolute run. He started from internet issues, avoiding a wreck, and now, as he rounds turn number 4, AJ Stravato is a Truck Series winner. Checkered flag. It's over. P2 Hayes Booth. P3 was close, but it goes to Yusuf Galley. And that's the race, folks. What a finish. Schumacher in 4th. No, sorry, he took 3rd. But what a finish from that 33 machine. Oh my goodness. Hayes Booth, P2. P3, Schumacher, P4. Our returning winner from the Monday race, the Cup Series, Yusuf Galley. What a run for that 33 machine. The Nexus 33 machine was on fire tonight. At times it looked a little grim. It looked like he wasn't the one to beat. But he was on fire. These guys still got to pass tech, still got to get everything sorted out, get their cars around cleanly. But for the 33, the only thing important right now is donuts. And they're the best kind. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Stravato wins your second ever SRL Truck Series race here at Auto Club. What a finish. We'll get Hayes Booth in here for we'll get Schumacher in here for P3 here in just a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, let's look back on that final lap. Nothing much to it, but the guys behind were fighting so hard for position, it's not even funny. They were seriously rolling. That was something else. All right, we're going to go on ahead and we're going to start with third place here. We're going to get Schumacher in. Let's move him in here as he finished in third. All right, Alexander Schumacher, what a run. You did a great job working your way through the field there on that final few laps. That was a heck of a run. I was watching, I'm like, where did you come from, man? How did it feel? Good job on the third place again. How did it feel to work your way through the field and of such good drivers?
Well, we had such a chaotic race once again. A lot of people who ran the Monday race kind of knew what to expect. So we had a lot of double dippers who had a lot of experience with the tire and the track. For me personally, I was just taking advantage of the circumstances I was given. I took a tire set there at the very, I think it was lap 11 or so. And I drove myself up all the way up to 5th place. And from there, I was just kind of able to run a clean strategy and knew tire wear mattered. I ran it dry to the end completely. I was giving it all I had. It's funny, as the league owner, you don't get many opportunities to, have a top 3 finish and get on the podium. So seeing the win was in sight there was really cool. Of course, it was really fun racing everyone, and I just had a blast. It's the first half was a little shaky, but we managed to figure it out, and I think we had I don't know what was the time difference, but Gailey and I had a maybe 4 thousandths of a second. I mean, we were just so close there.
Yeah, I was close.
So that's the difference between.
Yep.
Oops, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it was really close. When I called it, I thought that Galley had it, but that was amazing. That was really close finish there for you two.
Yeah, it was a great finish. He was so close coming to do the week sweep. We haven't had any drivers yet who've won the cup race and the truck race the same week, so he came awfully close, and he's a dang good driver. So I think we'll definitely get a driver who's going to sweep both the weeks. Just like I said, we've got a ton of talented people here in the Cup Series and the Truck Series, and it's just great to see so many people come out for just a night of racing. Honestly, just beating and banging, and nothing gets better than that, honestly.
Absolutely. And real quick, I did want to touch on the pit strategy. I noticed a lot of drivers were staying out early and trying to push their tires as late as they could just so that they could get ahead. And it looked like Aaron Brown was definitely going to be able to continue that strategy, had nearly a 3-second lead, but it died so quickly. How did him being side by side with AJ for, it was about a corner and a half, how did that affect you all? I noticed that you all were kind of dragging him in a little bit.
So tires matter, and if you pit a few laps early, you put yourself at a disadvantage of being 2 laps younger or even a lap younger. And when you're pushing, and you're eating your tires up for what they've got, you're going to wear through them really quickly. So I think just with the strategy, he wanted to take a gamble and get out there. Thought maybe we would fight amongst ourselves, which we didn't. But I mean, hey, you got to take a gamble, and a great strategy will only works if it you actually do it. So just it's nice to see the variety of strategies in the league. People taking chances. We had some fuel mileage runs as well. I know the truck fuel tank's a bit smaller, so you got to pit a bit more frequently. But yeah, just you run it dry and get tires, when you can, because if you pit sooner by a lap, you're just putting yourself, subject to being someone behind you has a lap newer tires and they're allowed to push harder than you are. And on top of that, he was probably just staring at his relative in his mirror. And as a driver, that's never a good thing to do, nor feel, having that anxiety of, oh gosh, everything I'm doing is not working. They're still catching me. Uh, and even then, once they just go past you, it's like, well, there they go. So, but yeah, just a crazy eventful race tonight. Honestly, it was really fun.
Absolutely. And last thing, do you have anything you have to say to anybody back home that was watching this race tonight?
Um, Thanks for watching. Thank you for putting on a great stream on a short notice. I'm hoping to have you maybe, do this more often if you'd like. It seems like you put on a great show. I'm really excited to watch the broadcast. So thank you for that. Thanks to everyone who raced tonight. And shout out to AJ for winning his first career race.
I appreciate it, and it was a great race indeed. Thank you so much, Alexander. Congratulations on your third place finish.
Thank you.
Let me see. All right, we're going to go ahead and get Hayes Booth in here. Let's see. Oh.
I'm here with all of us.
Yeah, that was.
My voice thing is having an issue here. Well, I think I got moved accidentally. I'm not sure, but why don't we have an interview with all of y'all then? Why not? Since we got second place and third place in here. Hey, that was a great show from all of you all. You put a great show on, especially AJ. That was amazing, driving away from the field in such a draft-heavy car. I want to ask you real quick, AJ, and we'll get on to you, Hayes. What was it like trying to get by the 51 car dragging you back? And honestly, how were you able to pull away with those guys that you pit with as well?
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun. I knew I was going to be on fresher tires than the 51, so it was just a matter of getting by him. But honestly, I don't think it's anything to do with my driving. I felt like I drove a decent race, but at the same time, I think everybody battling behind me at the end really helped me kind of pull away. Once I got out to like 8, 9 tenths of a second, I think all I had to do was just hit my marks. I was looking at the 54 behind me because he was closing in at the start of the run and just ended up pulling away. So can't complain.
It was an amazing run, definitely, from you. Now, Hayes Booth, I want to ask you, so I noticed that you all were just fighting really hard for second place there. Was there any thought in your mind, well, 33's running away, I want to get second place and get some points from that? Or did you always think that you could have caught the 33 because you were definitely in a really fast truck?
Yeah, I kind of, at the start of that last run, I was committed to trying to follow behind Yusuf and save tire. But then I noticed, once we got to like 9, 8 to go, not much progress was really being made. So I decided at that point, and I knew Shu or Alexander.
Yeah,
Shu,
that works.
That's I'll just call him Shu. Yeah, I knew Shu was gonna, he was getting impatient. He was wanting to try to go. So I was like, you know what, I'll see if I can get by him. And then that battle ensued. Which sorry for getting into Yusuf there. I didn't. It was kind of a split second. Like I don't know if I should say it was like intentional, but I was getting impatient and like I just yeah, I didn't want to, but it happened. So I apologize for that.
I am definitely impressed as well with your last run that you had where you ran down the drivers. I looked away for 1 second to replay. The 51 had turned the 46 into the wall, and I looked at the replay, and I came back, and you were on screen passing for like third place. That was an impressive run, Hayes. I know you definitely had the speed to it. Just do you think you just ran out of time, maybe?
Yeah, yeah, that run I practiced a lot more with saving tire, and I think it definitely paid off on that run. And the last run, I think it was kind of I guess a combination of us not quite gaining the ground we needed, and also AJ hitting his marks the way he did, and then me maybe not quite saving as much as I should have. But when we were battling, there wasn't much of an opportunity to save, but it was just enough to be able to hold on to second. So feels pretty good opening up the season with two podiums. Should This finish should keep me in the points lead, so it feels pretty good.
Absolutely. Now, question for the both of you. I was analyzing pre-race how this track was going to chew tires within maybe even 10 laps. What do you guys think that the tire wear was? You think that it was as bad as I had maybe previously thought, or do you think that it was more manageable?
It wasn't too bad to be quite honest with you. I think as long as you took care of the rear the first lap or two, it was really just gonna kind of drive off the right front. It was definitely for a night setup. It was actually a little bit more free than I thought it was gonna be. But as long as you just didn't overdrive your stuff and just kind of hit the bottom and backed up the corner just enough to get a good run out, it was able to keep the tires under us. But if you drove excuse my French, the piss out of it, it was you definitely feel it the last 5-7 laps for sure. So it was I think if the runs were a little bit longer, I would say 37 to 40 laps, I think tire saving would have definitely been more noticeable. But I mean, we still had almost 2 seconds of fall off, I would say, second and a half at least off of our faster time. So it definitely played a factor.
Yeah, definitely. I agree, and I think it was maybe a little bit different for AJ because I think we had different like driving styles. He definitely was better at kind of conserving it than I was. For me, it was one of those cases where I had to kind of learn how to do it as the race went on. But uh, I definitely
No, you guys.
didn't perfect it because it was definitely tighter for me. Once we got to the latter portions of the run, but um, definitely could have been worse though. I've experienced worse fall off.
Definitely. And, well, one last thing for both of y'all. Do you guys have anything to say to anyone back at home or on stream?
Yeah, just shout out to a couple of my buddies. They wanted me to say Larry Mack gave us a good piece, but yeah, just shout out to all my some of my buddies watching and my team Nexus Esports. Glad to represent them with the win and looking forward to next week.
Awesome. How about
Yeah,
you,
and I
Hayes?
just gotta thank my parents for watching and supporting me throughout my sim racing journey. Shuey and the other admins that put on this great league. My team at Spino Racing for bringing me on. Want to thank you and everybody else that broadcasts this league that we can go back and get to watch. Uh, and all my friends and everybody that supports me, and most of all, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Amen. Absolutely. All right. Well, drivers, really appreciate y'all coming out here. A great showing from AJ, Hayes, Alex, all three of you all, even Nicholas, who's silently in this. If you want an interview, then we can go on ahead and do that as well. I'll move you. But great job on the win, the second place and the third place, all three of you. Can't wait to see you all take on Las Vegas next week.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, man.
All right, everybody, let's go on ahead and get an interview with Nicholas because he was in there, and I do not want to. I do not want to leave him out of this. Got to move him here. All right. All right, Nicholas. Well, you didn't get like the top 3 or the top 5 that you wanted to. Actually, did you finish? No, you finished a little bit. But you definitely looked fast. Loved seeing the blue sky car out there running. How do you feel about that race? What could have gone differently, and what do you think you did great on?
Well, early in the race, I got off strategy there. I thought there would be another caution because the cautions kept coming out. I said to myself, the next caution that comes out, I'm going to come down and take some gas and maybe try and stretch it to the end. But I didn't. Considering that, I didn't think about the fact that we only had 25 laps. I only realized that afterward. So then, I was off strategy for a while. Caution came out, saved my race there. And, late in the race, I think I could have won that race. I really do, but then late in the race, I had to take a risk. I took two on the last pit stop, and the truck was just too loose.
Yeah, definitely. So how about tires? I know that a lot of people were saying the tire wear was surprisingly less for how worn this track is and these trucks with such high horsepower. What do you think about the tire wear? Was it easy to manage or was it just over the top?
Well, it was not easy to manage for me, but my driving style is pretty rough on the tires, so I got about I get about 15 laps, 10, 15 laps into a run, and I'd start falling back. And then it was really tight for the rest of the run, but that's just a product of my driving style.
As well as this track, the way that this thing wears is a lot of fun, but it sure can take a toll on the way that this car handles. Well, Nicholas, you got anything to say to anyone at home or on stream?
Yeah, well, I believe my father and my family are watching at home, so hi, Mom, Dad, my sister, also my aunt, who's probably watching from her house, so.
Awesome. Well, we really appreciate you coming out here. You put on a heck of a show. It was a great race in the long run, and we hope to see you next week.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wait a couple more minutes, see if we can get anybody else in here. I think that we have... Okay, he's doing a race himself here. All right, well, I think that this is probably where we end it because there are no other drivers that are running at the moment in this VC. So we're going to go on ahead and call on this at the end of this stream. Everybody, that was a lot of fun. Thank you all for having me. It was great to watch this race and great to announce it for you all. Hopefully I can come back in the next few races. I definitely did enjoy this. And once again, thank you all for coming out and for supporting my channel. As we make content all the time as well. Just going to give some shameless self-promotions as well. But congratulations to AJ Stravato, Hayes Booth, and Alexander Schumacher, and everybody else who ran this race. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good night, everyone.